Yeah, shame-free life.
Hey, peace and blessings to your family. Hope you're doing well. This is Ronald Zion. Just want to drop in for a couple of moments since I'm on the road to check in with you. Hope you and your family are doing well on this beautiful day that the Most High God have given us. If you haven't done so already, I just invite you to become a part of the Shame-Free Life family and community. Just hit that subscribe button that's below and right beside it. That bell will give you the instant notification whenever I do go live or upload a video such as today. And if any of the contents have been a blessing to you, challenge you to become a much better version of yourself, then definitely don't keep it to yourself. Share it with the next person. Let's get right into it. I don't really know what I'm going to entitle this video, but I do know what's on my mind and what's on my heart. I want to share it with you because I feel that you can probably relate to it. I want to talk to you about being planted, but going through the repotting phase. And it definitely is a process that hurts like hell. I was thinking about the last time that I was in Lowe's, or either Home Depot, one or the other, where I saw all these beautiful plants and flowers and even trees, palm trees that were in its own pot that came from the manufacturer, and how this pot served that plant or that flower for a couple of different reasons or purposes. Number one, to protect it during the time of it being transported from the manufacturer to the store and through delivery process, and then finally to you as a consumer that buys the plant or the flower, to transport it to your home or your front yard, backyard, wherever you're going to repot that plant, flower, tree, shrub. So for protection purposes, and also to preserve it. But that plant or that flower is in something that's very temporary. It's not meant to stay in that plastic container, but to be repotted. And when you repot that in its natural habitat of a larger pot that is deeper, then it gives the root system the opportunity and the freedom to be free, to grow. So now the root system can go wide or can go deeper, so that flower that was created to bloom on optimal level can do so without the restrictions of a pot that's temporary. I want to talk to you about going through this repotting phase, the repotting stage, to be replanted into your natural habitat, or a habitat that's conducive for your growth. Many of you, as myself, we found ourselves being uprooted in a different time or season, or in a specific time or season, being uprooted. And regardless of the type of plant that I saw at Home Depot or Lowe's, some are seasonal, some they bloom around the year, but one thing that they had in common, that they were all in a temporary pot to be replanted so that they can do what they were designed to do, and that's bloom, grow. I want to encourage you to bloom where you're planted. You may have gone through a painful process of being uprooted from the normalcy that you've been used to, uprooted from that which is familiar to now be repotted into something that's foreign. You may have been uprooted from a job that you've grown to know because you've been there for so long, uprooted from different family members, friends, uprooted from the familiarity of a relationship or marriage, uprooted from a particular neighborhood, a city, a state, just uprooted. And oftentimes, when God allows us to be uprooted, or when he comes in to uproot us, it comes unexpected, and sometimes it seems like it's a violent uprooting to get us up out of that temporary pot so that we can be planted in new soil that's conducive for our growth, that we can have the freedom to grow wide, far, and deep. We're still talking about being repotted to grow. How about if you are of a mindset, like most of us, that many of you that were planted in a mindset, a pot of your past, that seemed to serve you well, but you just grown to be accustomed to that kind of mindset, a pot of limitation, soil that's conducive for you to just go so far in life and that's it, to be satisfied with just existing, satisfied with just doing just a little bit just to get by, satisfied with just robbing Peter to pay Paul, satisfied with just, well, you know what, I'm comfortable in just, acquiring this, but no more. Just satisfied of being connected by your root system with other people that you think are connected to your growth or stimulate your growth, but they don't stimulate your growth. They actually prohibit you from growing. And in this season, you may find your roots being severed from the entanglement of others, the entanglement of alliances that you've had in your life, because you think that those connections are healthy for your root system to grow and to flourish, but it is not. It's really a hindrance. And so now you're being uprooted from those connections, from those people, from those mindsets. And some of those entanglements may be hidden toxic behavior, entangled with people that are secretly jealous and envious of you, entangled with people that are plotting and planning your demise, entangled with people that are secretly being used by the devil, entangled with people that all they do is complain morning, noon, and night, and it becomes a cesspool of toxic mindsets and behaviors and mentalities that's toxic for your growth. Uprooted so that you can be planted in the soil that may be foreign, but it's meant for you to grow. It's designed for you to grow. It's designed for you to see more of your life and expect more from your life, because you were created to grow and to bloom where you're planted. But oftentimes, if we will remain in those same pots of our past, not only will you find yourself unable to grow, your maturity being stunted, but that same soil that you used to grow in now becomes toxic, that you will die in. Still talking about being uprooted. Uprooted from familiar soil, uprooted from pots of our past and the entanglement of connections with people that have become toxic soil that now becomes the soil for your burial instead of being the soil for you to grow in, to form new life, to bear new fruit in new territory with a new mindset. It's time to have a new mentality, fam. And the old toxic and trauma-like mentality that many of us have endured and gone through, the trauma of domestic violence or the trauma of injustice, the trauma of being rejected and dejected, the trauma of even having to endure being abused by various family members or friends and relationships that are toxic with people. So now this is a season to be uprooted that you can grow. So I want to encourage you, even though that this is a very difficult phase to be in, to be uprooted and not knowing where you're going to be planted, or to be planted in foreign, unfamiliar soil, around unfamiliar people, in an unfamiliar place, in an unfamiliar job, in an unfamiliar environment. You bloom where you're planted. Because where you were, if it were fit and meant for you to grow, then you wouldn't have been uprooted in the first place. So I want to encourage you, where you are right now in your life, to bloom where you're planted. And as I always say, and I will continue to say, that your life begins when you say so, because it is meant and designed for you to grow. To not just go through, but to grow through. Peace and blessings to your family. Till next time, love you to life.
Yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life. Yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame.